This is Liberty Prime with Base Builders, and welcome back to RuneScape Dragonwilds! In this episode, we're going to concentrate on the second floor of our first Tier 2 building. If y'all are enjoying this game, please be sure to leave a like on this video. And the absolute best way to be sure that this game stays on the channel is to subscribe. And I'm too impatient, so let's jump right on in. Alright, now I've been looking at this and thinking about this, and I decided that we're actually going to do a little bit of tweaking to the foundation, because I would like this to be just a little bit higher over here in this section of the building. So we're going to add just one more little layer up here, so that when we make our little overhang, it's not concealing too much of the bottom here. And I might need to move some of this foundation up a little bit. And that's going to have the added bonus of making a little bit more room for our stairs. And I have a terrible feeling that I might need to move this door somewhere else, but, well, we'll just see what happens with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with that. And it's going to actually be easiest to move these foundation pieces up once I have added a little bit of something to the top there. Although my main question is whether I should move it up one of these small... I keep picking the wrong pieces. I keep forgetting that I'm doing Tier 2 stuff now. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's get into the Eye of Oculus. That really is very helpful. Come on. Here we go. Anyway, I can build up with one of these little guys. Oh, come on. Brain, click on, please. I'm not thinking my absolute best because I'm afraid that this is seasonal allergy season for me, because I am allergic to everything that grows in Texas. So please forgive my terrible voice, and please forgive all of the brainlessness, because those two things seem to come with the territory. Anyway, I could either go up just this amount, or what I'm starting to think is maybe I should just be a little bit funky and go up 2 clicks, but if I do that, then this will be at the wrong level. But we can put something elsewhere for that too. Well, let's just start experimenting and see what happens. Let's see. If we move it up this much... Well, I should have put that over here. If we move it up this much... Let's see what that does to our foundation over here. And I don't know, that might be too much of an increase. Let's get rid of this little guy. He's in the way. Well, let's actually just play around a little bit here. With some foundations. Let's see what happens when you go up here, and let's see if you can actually click into the right spot. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So if we remove this one, we got a big old gap down there. We could just move this up. Hopefully. Well, maybe I need to be in advanced snapping. Yeah, okay. If we move that up, I actually kind of like having that little double thing right there. That could be useful and kind of cool looking. Well, I might go with that, actually. Wait, I'm hearing some little hissing noises. Oh, you little booger. Alright, well, that gives me the opportunity to try out my new bronze mace. It should have been a little bit more macey than that, but okay, is there anything else that I need to go ahead and kill up? Or probably. Let's check around here. Okay. Well, we might be clear. Alright, well, yeah, so let's... I'm thinking that maybe just moving it up like that will work. Because then I don't have to redo all this foundation here. So, yeah, let's go with that. And let's go back into the Eye of Oculus. And keep an ear out for any annoying little ROUSs. We were going to do some more of this, and we'll definitely have plenty of room for some stairs if we do that. That is not matching up properly, so let's do this instead and see if that works any better. Yes, no. Let's rotate the other way around then. If I get it just right, then it will match up. There we go. And I'm going to have to go collect some of that later on, but we don't need to worry too much about that right now. And, yeah, okay, that's matching up well enough. This is going to affect this door over here, but I can live with that. Let's see. And let's see how well this matches up. And you can't tell whether or not it matches up until you actually plonk it down, apparently. Okay, no, that does not match up. Let's just keep on rotating. It's easier to do it that way. Nope. We can just check and see each time. Nope. Well, there's only one more option. There we go. That's the one. I'm kind of curious what that looks like from above. Alrighty, yeah, good enough. And let's put in these little riser areas over here. And just, keeping in mind that I might just need to play around with this door, or just get rid of it entirely, but we can do that later if we need to, because we're trying to build up to the upper floor here. Come on, get in place. Do it. There we go. Alright, let's get rid of this little guy, and we might again mess around with this window, but we're not going to do that right now. Oh, and I need to put in this foundation down here. And I'm honestly a little bit less fussed about whether or not that matches properly. Let's just go with this same alignment, which... Okay, yeah, that alignment I think works, because it's the same as up here. And let's see, let's get you over in the proper spot here. Can't remember what the proper spot is, but apparently it's that. So that's good. Oh, you're not going to be... Okay, there you are. You are going to be. All right, one more of these little risers, which is probably not the correct term for that, but we're just going to go with that. And we're going to get rid of that. We're going all the way around back here. Let's see. That might look a little bit weird, but we're going to be able to give up on doing that little second layer pretty soon. And I can put all sorts of decorative things between these spacers, which I might do exactly that. But anyway, back to rebuilding some of this foundation. And we're only going to be doing this heightening trick over for this building because I'm thinking instead of having just layers on the buildings themselves, we can get even more creative and we can have layers all over the blessed place. Let's see. Wrong rotation. Let's remember that we need to go counterclockwise with this. Perhaps. We'll find out. Yeah, that's still leaving a well, from certain angles that is leaving a line, but I think that's the proper match. Let's put you over here. Well, we can't do that. Okay, so now we go back clockwise. Alrighty, and counterclockwise. And hopefully that's done the trick. And we got to do one more of those probably. Let's see. Okay, counterclockwise. I'm going to forget that very soon. But for the moment, I remember it. So yay for something. Oh, you're going to be difficult down here, aren't you? Erg. I hate it when you're difficult. Well, maybe if I get rid of this, you'll let me put it down here. In the proper spot. Yes, actually, I think you might. That's good. But this is bad. Maybe I'll get up higher. There we go. And now I don't think I need to worry about that lower spot. Just a little bit more. Might as well go ahead and destroy these. And I still need to heighten that spot over there, but we can wait on that. Let's see, this should go pretty fast. And then I can finally get to the upper floor. I'm excited for that. And I'm also excited to be able to fit some stairs up in here. Which is plausible. It's not a certainty, but it's plausible. Alright, now I'm wondering if I do need to put a little foundation here. Maybe so, and ooh, I'm starting to need some foundation inside. Let's see if I can maybe kind of build over and it'll let me do what I want to do. Let's find out. Yeah, you're gonna be mean at me, aren't you? And I've completely lost track of the proper rotation, so we're just gonna have to mess around with that, too. Excuse me, I mean FAFO with that, too. Please be at the right rotation. Okay, this-ish. And I think that we need to go around twice. Let's actually get out there and see if that worked. Yes, that worked. Alright. And now we've got a decent inside and a decent outside, except we need to do this little guy. And I don't really care that much about which rotation I've got over there. Is that proper? I believe that's proper. And, ooh, you're gonna be tough at me too, aren't you? Well, let's just use the same trick and build over. Hopefully. Oh, come on. Maybe I need to be back in basic. Let's get back to basics. There we go. And destroy you. Alright. Well, now that gives me a much better foundation for my second layer here. And we are going to go ahead and finally... Well, actually, we are going to go ahead and pick up all the stuff that we dropped. And maybe add some water into our diet, or possibly some food as well. Okay, this is looking like I can fit a staircase in it. This might be a little bit of a problem, but we can still... We should be able to fit a staircase maybe over here, which is good to know. And this is... Ooh, that is incorrect. Let's get back out there and make that correct. Alrighty, let's see. Let's just get completely lost in the sauce, as we so often do. Alrighty, back into this foundation menu. I hope that this winds up being the correct rotation. But it doesn't really matter all that much over here. Okay, and I've failed to get some of those, but that's alright. And I don't think we're going to worry about putting those stairs in place quite yet, because we are just going to go ahead and move on to putting up the actual floor for the second floor. Alright. And it's going to be this little guy. Oh, wait, no, not that little guy. We're going to actually use the... Ooh, if we can, we're going to actually use the bigger ones. Now, there's going to be quite the overhang on some of this. Let's see. Well, darn it. Or let's continue to see. I think that getting up where I can actually see what I'm doing might be helpful. Yeah, this might work well enough, and I'm going to go ahead and use the larger floor size, even if I don't necessarily need it. Because sometimes it's just cheaper to use that. I did the math on some of it, and now I've forgotten what the results were, but I think that works out pretty well. But we are going to be doing an overhang, so let's go ahead and start off with that, if we can. Yes, this is looking nicely overhung. Alright, let's see. You're going to be kind of shady. There's no real sunlight right now anyway, so we can't tell. I think we're just going to carry the same overhang around the entire place here. I might do a little bit of overhang over here, but I can't quite tell yet until I get this place done. Let's see. Okay, it's too dark. Let's go home. Let's, get a nice little bit of rest. And let's also pick up as much as we can here before we go. Let's see. Okay, yes. No, we're focusing on being able to see, so we're going to go home real quick. And we're going to take a nice little brief rest. And I'm going to go ahead and even drink and eat and all them things. How odd. Okay, come on, let's get up the stairs. These stairs are way too tough, so I'm going to be a lot more aware of making them easy to climb in the next base. Let's see. A new day means new possibilities. And let's see how overburdened or underburdened or whatever burdened we are. Yeah, we can definitely add some stuff to our little inventory here. Let's take the slightly quicker way down. And get right back on over to our work site. Boy, y'all, my voice is very rough today. Hopefully I'm going to go through and get rid of all my coughings and throat clearings, but if I miss some, y'all are just going to have to forgive me because there's a lot. It's happening like every 5 minutes or more. But, well, hey, I love living in Texas, so I'll pay the ragweed toll or whatever it is that's getting me this time. Oh yeah, I have Oculus. Let us get back up there. And let us maybe start putting some supports in place for this overhang roof. Although I was going to put a ceiling down over here as well, so let's just get distracted every 4 seconds. How about that? That does seem like the way that we work around here. Okay. We got that, and we could just put some little medium ceilings there. I'm still not sure if I want this part over here to overhang too much. But maybe just a little bit. It doesn't need to be overhanging in the front, I think. Let's just have it overhanging on this side. And I would do it over here too, but I'm kind of trying to just avoid having to cut down this tree. Although I might go ahead and cut down the tree because that's going to be eaten into our second floor here. Well, we don't have to decide right this second. We have time. And I probably should be a little bit more preoccupied with making these match up. But I don't know if I necessarily need to worry about it too much either. I sure wish that I could go ahead and grab these, but I would have to put my stairs in place, and I don't feel like messing with that quite yet. Let's continue to see. Okay, yeah, that tree's got to go. So let's get out of here and try to remember which direction we're facing. Here is this tree, and ooh, let's see if we can get up here and just go ahead and... darn it. Well, I actually could go ahead and put some stairs down. Yeah, let's go ahead and put some stairs down. That's not going to hurt too much. And we are definitely using the fancier version of stairs up here. There we go. Look at that. And look at that. All right. Well, let's get into our nice little menu, if we can. And I have definitely grown to love target. Please target. There we go. I've definitely grown to love the magic in this game. I usually tend to avoid magic in games. I'm not really sure why. I just am more likely to find it annoying, but in this game it is definitely just making my life a ton easier, so we're gonna keep with that. And I should probably add a few little overburdenednesses to my inventory, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm still trying to get used to what all I actually need to build these pieces, though, so let's see. The foundation takes ash planks and oak logs, and I do have plenty of oak logs still, and ditto ash planks, so I'll pick up some of those. What about the walls? Those need, let's see, yeah, ash planks, oak logs, ground stone, and ground sandstone. Alright, so I will just pick up all of the things then. Let's see. Yeah, we could afford to be overburdened because we're going right back into that Eye of Oculus. Let's get as much of this as we can. We're already overburdened. That's excellent. That means more building. More long-term building. This is my overflow for stuff. Let's see, well, I wanted to have both of you. Alrighty, anyway, yeah, like I was starting to say, this is my overflow crate. Oh, come here. This is the sandstone, and this is the stone. So I do have plenty of supplies for this build, although I still might need to do a little bit more grinding coming up before too much longer. You know, that's looking awfully plain. I might fancy that up just a little bit. Because we do have fancying up options. I like fancying up options. Speaking of which, let's get a little bit fancy with this overhang. Oh, hi, dear. Alrighty, by the way, y'all, I am convinced that deer in real life are just determined to kill us all. Which, if you've ever tried to drive around deer, you might agree with me. But anyway, let's see. Let's figure out which of these is going to look best with our... I don't know, let's try this. This is not necessarily my first pick for it, but it's worth a little bit of experimentation. Oh, that's... That does kind of work, but I think I want it to be a little bit more complicated looking. And I also don't like the fact that this implies that I'm going to have to... Let's get into advanced snapping and see if we can do it that way. Because having it right there on the corner just doesn't quite look right. Let's see. Well, that's one bit of a step. Oh, well, let's see what one of these larger ones looks like here. That might not actually be too terrible. Nah, that's too terrible. I don't really like that. Let's see. I do want something over this that looks supportive, but... Okay, let's see. How about I go with my favorite little spacer thingies? This might kind of work. I'm not even 100% sold on using these. Actually, I might get a little bit fancy with that. I'm having more thoughts here, but that's fine. We got plenty of time to mess around with it. Although I would really love to start building some walls. Let's see. That kind of works, just not necessarily the way I wanted it to. Hrmm. I say Hrmm. Well, let me deploy one of my other little ideas here. One was to make this a little bit of a two-step support. Yeah, that's not really doing it for me, unfortunately, because that doesn't marry up very nicely. So forget you. We're gonna try something different. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try it real quick with that still in place. Let's see. I was gonna go with, what all do we have here? Okay, let's rotate you just a little bit more and see how this is gonna look. Ooh, you are. That's concealing way too much of that. Let's try the smaller version. But even the smaller version is gonna look a little bit funky unless I put something down from it. Well, anyway, let's try this smaller version. Where is you? Short, thin, hard to rotate in the right direction. Okay. Let's see what having a beam going down from that winds up looking like. Vertical thin beam. And we'd need to go all the way down. Well, I think that's overlapping, but I don't think that that's necessarily going to hurt anything, and now it's not overlapping. Let's see it from the side. Boy, it sure is overcast today. I wish it would stop doing that. Let's see how this... I don't know. I'm not entirely happy with that, so let's get rid of it. Oh, we got rid of the wrong thing. Dang it. We might have gotten rid of another wrong thing. Oh, please get rid of the right thing. Okay. Anyway, while I'm up here, let's just go ahead and... Well, I was about to say let's go ahead and destroy the ceiling accidentally, but hey, we managed to avoid that one. But anyway, let's rebuild our foundation. I surely wish that you could do a better job of actually destroying what you want to destroy. And let's find out how much we need to rotate this. Yep, we need to rotate this. Let's just keep going this ways for a little while. Oh, that might actually be the correct rotation. Weird. Okay, let's get you here. And will you actually be in the right spot here? Can't tell yet. That might have actually been the right spot. Alrighty. Okay, now that we have redone that, and oh goodness, I'm gonna have to destroy some stuff. Though that's not what I meant to do, but while I have done the thing that I didn't mean to do, let's go up here and pick up some of this stuff that we have. Ooh, let's do better with stairs. I'm gonna put some railings up there. Oh, dang it, I'm already overburdened. Well, let's just collect all this stuff very tediously. Well, this is gonna be tedious. Oddly enough, the tedious thing is being tedious at me. I wonder how that could possibly happen. But I'm still gonna collect all of this because I'd rather just be able to build for a while before I have to pick up some more supplies. And while I'm already accidentally out of the Eye of Oculus, we might as well go with what we got. And you know what? Now that I'm up here, I'm thinking, how's about we just go ahead and, well, get back down, but then, after we do that, how's about we just go ahead and race forward to, ooh, let me out. Oh, these stupid little saplings, I hate them. I mean, they're cool and all, but I still hate them. Let's pick you up too. Anyway, what I was trying to spit out is, after I get around to destroying these little supports, I think I'm going to just go ahead and race forward to the actual wall part of the upper floor because, well, because I'm impatient. And I'm also trying to keep these episodes down Really? Oh, darn it. Eye of Oculus, woman. I'm trying to keep these episodes relatively short because that means that I am more likely to be able to get out more than one in a day eventually. I'm going to get there one of these days, y'all. Oh, but while I'm distracting myself, I was thinking, what happens if I do this? Yeah, that's, well, that is kind of an interesting effect. We might go ahead and try that. And we need to carry it around here. I'm still going to make those upstairs walls happen real soon, y'all. But this is just, you know, it's right in front of me, so I want to do it before I forget, because I'm really terrible about forgetting things. Let's go. Well, I mean, I'm really great at forgetting things. I'm just, you know, don't necessarily need to be forgetting them. But, let's see, come on. We got a few that we need to do down here. Maybe. Ooh, are you gonna go? Yes, you're gonna go. Alrighty. I wonder if I'm still overburdened. I probably still am. That might... Oh, one more over here. Rotate you. Okay. And I might wind up doing something different than that anyway, but let's go with that for the moment. Actually, I'm thinking maybe the wood would make... I mean, the non-fancy wood would make better sense for that. Darn it. Okay, now I want to try it. Oh, and this is going to be terrible because I'm going to accidentally destroy the wrong thing. Oh, I hate it when you do that at me. Yep, I accidentally destroyed the wrong thing. Oh, and it's going to be a tough one to replace, too. Erg. Well, I hope that I don't wind up liking this because... because that would mean that I don't have to worry about it for all of these, but I'm still going to try it. Well, I just can't help my nature here. And I wonder what the rotation for this is, but it doesn't really matter all that much in context. Okay, get you in the correct spot. There we go. Now I'm going to destroy the right thing for a few seconds here. Oh, and it's already getting dark again. Well, let us try this other thing and hope that we don't like it. Because I am so tired of having to destroy and then rebuild those foundations. Oh, and we got an extra one of the wrong ones here. Well, I'm just going to leave that. Let's see. And I think we're going to have to go home and sleep. And did I pick out the right one? So why is that looking so bright? Well, let's go home. Let's sleep. Let's make it so that we can see things. Oh, and I was thinking that I had accidentally destroyed this foundation, but there was not a foundation there. Anyway, boy, it's not even nighttime yet. It's as dark as if it were. Well. That's annoying. Let's just go home and rest, and by the time we get upstairs, because we're not overburdened anymore. All right. I'm just going to leave anything that might be lying around, and I'm going to sit here and eat and, burn some time that way, because we are very close to it being nighttime. But I just want some light. Maybe I should start putting up some torches out there. That might be a little bit useful. And I still need to kind of figure out the lighting. I'm thinking that maybe for the indoors, I'll go with either the blue torch or the purple torch, because I think that might give us God gives you another sunrise. I think that might give us a little bit better lighting out there. And I'm glad to notice that I was able to go ahead and go to sleep. That was useful. Anyway, I was going to say that the lighting might be a little bit better, and it's going to be all overcast again. I can swear that there's, some nice brightness to this area when there's actual sunshine. Yeah, darn it, I do think I like that a little bit better. And you can see the little crosses a little bit better, the crisscross effect. Well, I'm kind of puzzled by that. Why do you look like a Y? Did I just never notice that was a thing before? That is plausible. But you know what? We're on a mission. We're going to put up some roofs up here. I mean, some walls up here. We're not up to roofs yet. So let's go ahead and get this going. Eye of Oculus. And speaking of distractions, I'm going to go ahead and destroy these little supports. Arg, arg, arg. Oh, you're going to get the wrong thing, aren't you? You little monster, you. Alright. It's a win so far. Now win for me one more again. It'll be so much fun if you just do the right thing. There we go. Look at that. That went so smoothly. It's just bizarre. I don't know how to handle it. Alright, yeah, darn it. I am definitely going to be using these regular wood ones. Oh, please do the right thing. You're looking like you're going to do the wrong thing, because this is glowing green at me. I don't like you. I don't like you in advance. Yeah, you did the wrong thing at me. You rascally little game. Hey. I can't pick that up, can I? Alright, well, yeah, I'm just gonna resign myself to having to build that foundation again. This is just gonna keep on happening at me. But it's not the hardest foundation in the world to replace, so we will continue to just go with it. Maybe I can figure out how to get at the correct angle here. No, apparently I cannot. We are gonna eventually get to those walls, I promise. It's gonna happen. Eventually. It's gonna be faster if I just resign myself to accidentally destroying these foundations, so we're just gonna do that. And while I'm over here, well, let's see. Boy, there sure is a whole lot of stuff to pick up. Oh, why am I so tempted to just go ahead and get out and pick up? Let's just go ahead and get out and pick up. Let's see if we can actually stop being overburdened for 4 seconds. No, we cannot. Okay, well that stuff is just gonna have to wait. But we are gonna go ahead and get lost in the grass this time. Right. Let's rebuild those foundations and put some of those wooden things down and put at least 2 or 3 of those, these wall pieces up here, because that's going to be the funnest part. And I don't care what rotation you're at, because you're very hidden in terms of whether or not you're matching up. Oh, darn it. I am fussy, though, so let's be fussy. You don't matter. Okay. As far as the good. And this time the rotation does matter. One more. Oh yeah, I remember this being a kind of a difficult piece. But I think maybe the basic snapping helps me with that. We're almost there. How did I manage this before? I think I managed it by destroying that foundation. Arg, and also arg. Okay. I can resign myself when I need to resign myself. We are trying to rush through this, and we are not succeeding. Oh, wait, that was not destroyed in the first place. Oh, how odd. Let's see if you match. You do not match. So let's just keep rotating until you do. Because, as I keep saying, I am fussy. Okay, you do match. Alright, excellent. That was a little bit faster than it could have been. So let's go over to these rough wall bits, which is, I guess, what I'm going to designate them as now. And let's see what happens. Alright, almost there. And we're going to put out some balls soon. That's actually very exciting at this point. Haven't got the foggiest clue what I'm going to do with the walls, but we're going to do something. And I think that there's one more of these that I need to place up near the front. So we're going to have to see if we can find that spot. Yeah, right over there. Okay, and of course it would be at the wrong wrong rotation, but I'm going to need to... Well, I'm going to need to change the rotation one way or another. I was thinking, oh, but I need to do that over there. And I'm being reminded that I am missing one foundation piece over here, so let's go ahead and get that. If we can, oh yeah, and I remember it being the kind that was probably going to be very annoying at me. Are you going to be very annoying at me? Let's see if we can try it from the inside here. Ooh, that might have actually worked. How strange and useful. Alrighty, let's get back over here. One more of those little diamond pieces. don't know why I would call it a diamond, but we're gonna go with that. Alrighty, now we've got this rough wood here, and I sure enough hope that I don't change my mind about that again later on. And one more thing that I was gonna do is put some little temporary fake supports here. This might not be the solution that I wind up sticking with, but we're gonna go with it for the moment, if we can. Come on, up here. Oh, you're going up there. Let's see what that one does. There should be... Okay, yeah. Oh, you're way too high. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we're gonna have to come up with a different solution for that, because I am determined to put some of these walls in place. So let's do that. And I'm thinking that over this doorway should be a nice window. Let's see if we can make that happen. And you need to be all the way up to the edge. And I need to be in advanced snapping mode, apparently. There we go. Look at that. There is finally a window there. And, ooh, I might try building out sort of a bay window at some point. Well, that could be fun. Might do it over here. Let's see if we can make that work. And let's, We're gonna need a little bit of floor for that. Let's try some of these. And I do wish that we had these small floor options, but we don't seem to have them with this particular type of tier 2 building pieces, which is sad and annoying. Ooh, tree is also a little bit annoying there. And let's see, I don't care that this is not centered. Let's get into some smaller windows here. So I'm thinking just a little bit of something like this might make for an interesting little bay window. We can maybe even have a window seat. See how well those work together. Okay, that works well enough. Oh, and we can actually put down the nicer window frames too. I would hope. Not sure how they're going to work in this double-wide window, but let's find out. And I recently discovered that you can open up these windows, which is awfully cool. Okay, that works pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Alright. And I'm going to put down some more actual walls. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to go crazy with the windows up here. Well, we'll just decide on that a little bit later. And this recording is already longer than I meant it to be, so let's just go with that for a few more minutes. Oh, and I think that I'm feeling a little bit something-y. We can do... we might be able to do some interesting stuff with that. We could just go ahead and make a crisscross. Might think about trying to make these, or this timbering is... Okay, this tree is starting to get up my nostril. I might have to cut that one down before too much longer. And I'm probably going to be heightening this ceiling here a little bit. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to have just 2 floors. Well, this whole area is only being counted as 1 floor. I'm not sure if I should have 2 floors or if I should go a little bit higher with that. Well, we'll figure that out in a little while. And I don't like the fact that those angles are different, so let's just stick with these. And maybe consider putting another window there. Yeah, I think I'm considering putting another window there. Alrighty, where is this small window? Yeah, we're gonna go back to the crisscross over here. Jump, jump, jump. I have a very large store of, oh, come on. Why do you not want to snap in place? What are you resisting me for? You did just fine in the past. Maybe I just needed to be at a different angle. Oh, come on. Get your butt in there. Let's do basic snapping. You should not be giving me trouble with this, because, I mean, I can easily overlap you. Let's destroy you for a second. There we go. I don't know why that needed to happen, but apparently it needed to happen. Huh. How strange. And I'm just gonna slightly overwindow this place. And I'm sticking with these crisscross thingies here. And let's see. I can do window here and window here. Or I can do one larger window. I'm kind of tempted by the larger window. So let's see how that looks. Okay, back to advanced snapping because I want to have you in the middle. The middle, I say. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think this is proper, therefore. And I might have to get a little bit creative with these crossings here. Let's see what winds up happening here. This might get a little bit interesting over here, too. Oh, are you complaining about me not having enough stuff? Yeah, I require more materials. So let's pick up a whole bunch of materials from the ground. There are quite a few. Let's get up there, too. Now, what tree was getting at my nostril? I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that tree that is at my nostril. Alright. Oh, and I need to remember that I need to actually put a door over this particular set of stairs. Let's get rid of you. Let's just get rid of the both of yous. And possibly one or two back there as well. I like it when I can get down 4 at a time. I don't think I'm quite lined up properly for that. Oh well, anyway. That is not worth the effort that I was putting into it. Okay. Let's get you out of the road here real quick. Let's see. I really like it when I can get more than one trunk at a time with a splinter spell, but that was not going to be happening there. Let's get back up there as soon as ever we can. Let's see. I need the Eye of Oculus for that. And where were we? What were we? Oh yeah, I think we were doing this. Ooh, let's just get lost. Okay, you are going to work right. Oh, you're going to do that thing where I have to get rid of stuff. I mean, I could do that, but that's not the solution I want to go with here. Why are you just being so difficult with that? Let's try again to destroy this window and see if that does the trick. Oh, that's not going to do the trick this time. Ooh, well, that's nasty. But I have spoken. You're supposed to mind me when I speak. Darn it. Let's put it back to basic. Maybe that was something that was going to work. No, apparently it's not. Why are you being so rascally at me? And why is it already getting towards dark? Well, I mean, we can do this. I'm just not sure that I like the way that looks. Dang it. Let's go ahead and do this over here, because this is going to maybe cooperate in the same way that this did once I destroy the window. Oh, well, now we just decided to cooperate right off the bat. Maybe you'll be so nice over here. I don't know why this is just being resisted in some places and not in others. Don't know why I decided that maybe that would work. But it did. What do you know? How weird. Okay, let's try the same exact thing and maybe it will work again. That did. How odd. You are an odd little game. But hey, at least it worked. Oh, I require more materials. I don't really care what I'm missing. Let's see. I don't know that I actually need too many of these ash logs on me right now. Let's get rid of some of you. See, we are missing some ash planks, most likely. Yeah. I might actually need to get some ash planks started. So let's go ahead and start that. I do love having this sawmill right here. Wait, you process that. And yes, my throat feels dry. In real life, too. So I am going to start closing this down, or this episode down. Boy, it sure is dark. Let's Let's at least get a nice little daylight look at it before we give up on it. And I'm probably going to put up at least 1 or 2 more walls before I succumb to taking a break and maybe doing something to soothe my throat a little bit. Up and at 'em, sunshine. Yes, I hope that there's actual sunshine, because I'm kind of tired of it being all overcast out there. We're going to just do this. And this. I do like being able to think with portals when it comes to this kind of thing, and yep, it's still looking kind of overcast. Alright. I was going to try to rebuild that window and just pick up whatever we got down here anyway. And get rid of this. Well, the chicken doesn't bother me. As long as it literally doesn't bother me. Now what do I... Well, I was going to check my inventory. I do seem likely to have plenty of stuff, although I'm going to need some more oak logs on me pretty soon. Dang it. Let's see how overburdened I am. And let's maybe put back some of these planks, because we don't need quite that many. I was going to do that, and now I'm nicely overburdened. Alrighty, I'm at peace with that. That is my natural state. Did I? Yeah, I did get rid of these trees. Alright, excellent. They'll be back. And I will put that window up there. And maybe 1 or 2 other things. And I never did decide what I was going to do with that. Hrmm. I should probably decide what I'm going to do with that. I got an idea, though. Let's see what this winds up looking like. That does actually kind of work. Let's get this guy out of my way so I can be a little bit more judgy with that. Yeah, that's not terrible. I could either do that or do the... Wait, why are you looking funky over there? Huh, well, that is looking a little bit funky over there. Interesting. I'm gonna try knocking this down and perhaps rotating it. Oh, what are you complaining about now? Blocked. Oh, well, now you work, so fine. Oh, you funny little game. You are just bizarre sometimes. And I'm going to go ahead and put this doorway right over here while I'm thinking of it. Let's add at least a little bit more wall here. And once again, I'm going to go with a window. We are definitely going to have a well-lit second floor here. We could go with a larger window, too. Hrmm. I'm a little bit undecided here, which is definitely not an unusual state for me. And I could go back to that doorway trick. Let's try it again. It worked out reasonably well before. Once we, messed around with it, it worked out at least. You're gonna tell me you're blocked? Probably. Is that what you're telling me? Yep, you're telling me you're blocked. Well, let's try spinning ya. Yeah, that worked just fine, although it's doing that thing where it's slightly off kilter. Yeah, I don't really understand that thing. I mean, other than words that have escaped me all of a sudden. Let's see if we can do this. Blocked. Blocked, yep. Let's try it again, because last time it worked as long as I just kept on trying it. Oh, you know what? Maybe the reason it wasn't snapping properly before was because it was just snapping to not quite the right thing. Yeah, maybe that works. That works well enough, so I'll just go with that. Okay, and just a little bit more wall over here. We're gonna do a big window here, I think. Probably. Let's see. Yeah, let's drop her a big window. And a little bit more crisscrossing if we can. And I think that you have been reluctant to snap in the correct spot here at me lately. So that might be what's been causing all this trouble. And we're gonna have to do the door trick again over here. Hopefully this will continue. Oh yes, that continued to snap nicely. Let's see if the door trick works. Come on, door trick, do your thing. And I got yet another song stuck in my head. Yeah, Hrmm. You gonna be persnickety. Just does not want to snap in the correct spot there. Yeah, that's not the correct spot. Yeah, let's see. I might just have to come up with some different ideas there. But you know what? I think we're going to leave figuring that out until the next episode. We got plenty more that we're going to be doing to this upper floor. But I think that we can wait on that just a little bit. Hopefully. Because I still need to figure out some supports for this floor. We got some ideas. I'm just not necessarily liking the way they've turned out so far. And this chicken is eyeballing me. So this chicken is going to be, chicken meat. But anyway, I will see y'all in the next episode, and we'll probably make a little bit more progress on this upper floor and hopefully get some nice supports picked out. And if y'all have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like on it, and please subscribe if you would like to see how this whole build turns out. Because boy, we still got a whole lot planned, because we got a whole lot of ground to cover over here. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye! Oh, my stomach, my throat, my everything. My feet hurt.